Am I working? Yeah, I think so. Cool. I actually had the evening to do some writing / editing, so I thought, why not? Let's do this on camera. This is the best place for my video to be. I guess I could stretch this a little bit so it's not messing around with the text as much, but it's not going to work as well. If it's in the way, just let me know. We'll see how we get on. Okie doke. So what we're doing here is we're just going through Blunderlings, which is finished. Well, the first draft's done. I'm going to do an editing pass on it. The way I generally do editing is I read it through and I tweak it as I go, because I find if I'm reading it aloud, that's when I start to notice issues with it. I need to do a pass at the end to make sure the difficulties are all right, but I thought it might be fun. Let's see how we get on. Ooh, my light is very bright and right in my face, so I'm just going to turn that down. Ooh, no, it's going to have to just be in my face. Okay, here we go. So, don't need to read that. Introduction. This supplement is a little book fierce, the streamlined version of 5th edition designed to be played with children as young as 6 years old. This is an add-on. You need to have the core rulebook if you want to play with it. The new content you'll find in this book is designed to help players create heroes who are not traditional goodies but are the slightly foolish lackeys of a backy. Is inspired by classic video games such as Dungeon Keeper, as well as the adorable Despicable Me / Minions with an S. Franchise. Inside you'll find a bunch of new kin to choose from, some of which are a little creepier than those in other books. You'll also find new talents to encourage teamwork within the party, and new creatures for storytellers using their quests. The other big piece of content found in this book is a brand new class to choose for your heroes, the Scout. What did I do there? I didn't even do a thing. I got balloons. Ah, Max, you do funny things. These heroes are good at tracking enemies, finding clues, understanding nature. Some scouts even have a loyal pet which can help them in their adventures. And I missed a bit on the end. And finally, you there is a complete quest for you. I missed this bit by right introduction. Finally, there is a ready to go. Which you can run. Adventure of problem solving, possible fights, sneaking around, and some very silly characters. It's got a nice mixture of problem-solving creatures to defeat or avoid. It's very silly characters along the way. Enjoy. Okay, that beat's all right. Yes, loving. Sleepiest Designs artwork for this is just freaking cute. Right, hero options. The first part of this book gives you some new options when making your hero, including new kin, talents, and an extra class. Kin. This chapter tells you about 6 extra kin you can choose for your hero. Gremlin, Imp, Ratbug, Skelly, Spud, and Trolling. Gremlins are the smaller colours of goblins with larger ears and noses and Blunderlings. They grow up at the same speed of goblins. They grow at the same speed of goblins. And there is an odd magic. No, it was better off as two sentences. They grow up. Must have been about the same speed as goblins. There is also an odd magic gremlins that makes them very lucky or lucky, which can be useful or annoying for everyone else. As a gremlin, you have these traits. Dark vision, that's the same text it always is. You can see perfectly in dim light, but in total darkness. Brave, you can't be scared by magic. Wild energy, so this is the new one on here. How freaking complicated have I written this? If you roll an attack roll, skill test, or resistance roll, you can choose to roll an extra d4. If you roll an even number, 2 or 4, you can add it to your roll. If you roll an odd number, 1 or 3, you must take it away from them. Okay, done. It's good enough for playtesting. You speak, you don't write common, your choice of goblin or orc. That's okay. Imp. Imps, oh god, that needs a possibly. Imps' bodies are very small, large leathery wings, which they can fly with soon after hatching. Many imps end up working with mages because of their natural resistance to magic. As an imp, you have these traits. You can see perfectly in dim light, but not in total darkness. If you have to make a resistance roll against a spell, you can roll with good luck. Wings, and a small action on a turn, you can spread your wings as you use your movement to fly. You can also fly when you use the dash action. You can speak, read and write common English. Hello, hello, people who are lurking in the shadows. That's a slightly impromptu stream this. I have finished the first draft of Blunderlings. So I'm going through and doing an editing pass. So essentially I'm just reading it through because I find I edit a lot better when I read stuff out loud, because that way I actually read the nonsense I've written rather than just kind of glazing over it. So going through this, checking it works all right. I think we'll probably just do the main content here. I'm probably not going to do the quest. One, because someone I'm hoping will playtest the quest is in the room right now. It's arena. Also, I think by the time I've got through all the rest of it, I will probably be quite tired. So, but we'll see how we get on. I have booze today. It's a lot, isn't it? Editing. But I think I always find I edit better when reading out loud, because otherwise I just brush over stuff. Like I could read it, sight read it, and then look at it later and go, that makes no sense. Yeah, I always find when I read it out loud, I pick up on stuff. Also, hello, SDM. Nice to see you here. And if you like the nonsense I do here, feel free to follow. Where was I up to? Rat folk. Rat folk look a lot like giant rats, but most of the time they choose to stand on 2 feet instead of 4. They grow up at the same speed as humans and can get just as old. Their large noses make them excellent at finding things just by smelling. As a rat folk, you have these traits. Standard dark vision blurb, improved senses. All the nonsense grammar comes out real quick when you read out loud. Oh god, is that true? You increase your I've lost where I am. You increase your finding skill by 1, you get this bonus even if you have training in finding. Tooth and claw, you make an unarmed attack. You can choose to add your speed to the attack roll instead of your strength. If you hit, you cause 1d4 damage plus your strength or speed. Ratfolk languages, you can speak, read and write common and squeak speak. Yes, that's a real language. Also, for those people joining for the first time, in general, because I've not put a lot of this out there, do enjoy the adorable freaking artwork which has been done by Sleepiest Designs. I think it's actually streaming right now, so I will raid her at the end of this if she's still going. So this cute little goblin dude, and we'll get onto the Skelly in just a second, but I love the designs, I really do. You just joined, enjoy that one. That one's so they've got an imp, bing bong, a rat folk, and a definitely legally distinct from a minion. That's a spud. I'll show you the front cover as well. So there you've got a gremlin riding a trolling and another spud. So this is an add-on for Little But Fierce. So Little But Fierce is currently a starter edition that I put out last year. Essentially, it is a complete rewrite of D&D 5th edition using originally open gaming license, now Creative Commons. And essentially I've taken it and I have made it kid-friendly. So I've done that in 3 ways. So I have streamlined some of the rules to remove bits that are unnecessarily complicated. I've rewritten all the language. I haven't made it babyish, but I have made it more accessible in terms of choice of language, choice of words, language structure, so no crazy parenthetic statements in there. And I've removed some of the rough edges in terms of tone. So that came out last year and is very close to being a gold bestseller on DriveThruRPG, which is freaking awesome. This is the second big add-on I've done for it, which is called Blunderlings. So the general theme of it, it's got a kind of dungeon keepery, Despicable Me vibe. So kind of foolish lackeys, not actually baddies. So we add some new kin, which is equivalent to races. So we add a new class, which is the Scout, which is my equivalent to the Ranger that didn't come in the base edition. And there is a one-shot at the end of it. I will just chuck you the link for Little But Fierce, should you wish to have a look. If you don't, no offence will be taken. It's weird, I can't paste into OBS using hotkeys. It's weird. Anywho, where did I get up to? Skellies. So, Skellies. Skellies are blobs of colourful jelly with 2 large eyes that make their bodies out of old bones. If their bones ever break, they can replace them. Stick a comma in there. If their bones ever break, they can replace them with others, so their look can change over time. And here's an example of them. I wanted to have a kind of skeleton type race without it being scary. So I kind of got them as this kind of hodgepodge. I think they're kind of cute. Kind of tapping into that Cubone Pokemon vibe. So, as a Skelly, you have these traits: almost lost. You don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. Hardy, you can't be hurt by poison damage. Sturdy, you increase your toughness skill by 1. You get this bonus even if you're training in toughness. Scaly languages, you can speak, read and write Common and another language you choose. That seems fine. Spud. Spuds are very strange creatures with almost round bodies and between 1 and 3 eyes, coming in many bright colours, even yellow. They grow up quickly, don't seem to age, and seem to shrug off dangers that would hurt most people. Some people don't take them seriously, but this is always a mistake. I've used the word people twice for quickly. Let's change one into a folk. That's folk. That's fine. As a spud, you have these traits. Natural cuteness, you increase your talking skill by 1. You get this bonus even if you have training in talking. Made in many colours. Choose a damage type: acid, cold, fire, or lightning. You can't be hurt by damage of this type. Unsquashable. If you're about to be knocked out, you instead stay awake on 1 health. You can't do this again until you have slept. Spud languages. You can speak, read, and write Common and gibberish. That's it. Definitely legally distinct from minions. Definitely. Trolling. Trollings are the children of true trolls and look like smaller versions of them. They have green or brown frog-like skin and long noses. Just like frogs, they can heal if they get hurt, and this also means they age slowly and can get very old. As a trolling, you have these traits. Standard dark vision text. improve senses, you increase your finding skill by 1. You get this bonus even if you're training in finding. There is a bug flying past me. Natural healing. As a small action on your turn, you can make yourself feel better. Roll 1d6 for each level you have and heal that much health. For example, if you're 5th level, you roll 5d6. Should I see that in brackets? I don't tend to do brackets. No, it's fine outside of brackets. You can't do this again. Hello, Imon Economist. How are we doing? What time is it for you? Normally it's like 11 PM or something, isn't it? I'm streaming at lunchtime, but given it's the evening, is it very early in the morning for you? How's tricks? Trying to get back to sleep anyway. This seems dangerous. It could be worse. It could be worse. I mean, it's still bloody early. I'm one of these people who have to set multiple alarms because I can't just get up on my first alarm. So I generally have like 3 alarms. I stagger them a little bit. 2:35 PM. So I'm assuming you're somewhere in the States. I'm UK based, so for me it's 10:30. So our 4-year-old is asleep, so I'm keeping my voice down a little bit, but she's through that way. Wife is downstairs watching Grey's Anatomy, so I'm doing some writing. When I get to this, blah 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 blah. Can't do this again until you have taken a break or slept. That's the equivalent of short rest and long rest for people who don't know Little Bug Fist. Trolling languages, you can speak, read and write Common and Giant. Okay, that all seems fine. And if you can't see, it depends. Yeah, there's some more wonderful Sleepiest design artwork around the back here. You've got this kind of dungeon setup. Now obviously it's kind of faded out, so it's more of a background thing rather than stealing the attention. But it is very, very cute. Jenny has done a freaking amazing job with this. She really has. And the biggest thing is I've been sitting on this artwork for like a year. I wrote most of this last year. Just kind of stalled. Hit some writer's block. Life got busy. Moved house. So only now have I finished this off. So onto the class. Okay, so this is the bit that's going to be the most playtesting. Because new kin, generally there's not a huge amount of playtest on that one, but each one of my big expansions has a new class in it. In this case, we have the Scout class, which is the equivalent of the Ranger, and because Rangers in 5th edition are dubiously balanced. A lot of people didn't like the rules of the written Ranger. They did the revised Ranger. I believe they've changed it even further still in the 1D&D pre-release playtesting materials. So the Scout, which is my version of a Ranger, it's largely the Creative Commons version of the Ranger, but there are definitely bits where I've been kind of inspired by other versions of Rangers. I've not taken anything directly because I can't, but in terms of the feel of what we're doing, I've kind of drawn from a few different sources and made some stuff up myself, to be honest. But it's definitely the place so far where I've deviated the most from the rules of the written class, so I'll be intrigued to see how this goes in playtesting. So let's have a look. Classes. This chapter tells you about the new class you can choose for your hero, the Scout. In the dark, dangerous places of the world, Scouts check the road ahead to look for danger. They know how to track creatures, and if things go bad, they're trained for fighting. Health at first level. Starting health equals 10 plus your toughness. Each time you level up, you can increase your starting health by 1d10 plus your toughness. Training. You've training in this equipment: armor, light armor, chainmail. Does chainmail exist? I feel like it does. But, you know, you've got to check this stuff. So let me have a look at Little Bug Fist just to double check, because it's just it doesn't sit right. No, chainmail does exist. Cool. Light armor, chainmail, shields, weapons, all simple weapons, all advanced weapons, and no tools. Okay. You have also training in speed resistance, that's according to Dex, and choose 2 skills: fitness, toughness, hiding, finding, understanding. Okay. And those aren't in alphabetical order because they're in the order that's on the character sheet, in case you're wondering. Equipment, you start with this equipment. Chainmail or leather armor, 2 short swords. Do I have short sworders? 1 word. Again, it's one of these things because I wrote the first expansion to the Little Fears basically immediately after finishing writing the core book. So all of it was very, very fresh. And then there was a bit of a gap for this one. So there's little bits and pieces where I just have to double check terminology to make sure I've not slipped into 5th edition. No, short sword is written exactly like that. The 2 short swords, there needs to be an order. 2 short swords, or any 2 simple weapons. Oh god, that's gone to the page, over across the page. That's really annoying. Oh man, what can I do about that? Can I move this down a smidge so it stays on the page? Don't really want to, but I will. I've technically gone just over the border that I wanted to do that, but I do not want that smushed onto that top of that page. Okay. So I'm just going to rearrange my screens a little bit. 1 second. I would like this to go over to there. Right, there we go. Right, let's carry on here. Where were we? Oh, any 2 simple weapons. I'm going to double check the formatting thing on that. Just because I think I've done it before, I've tried not to split stuff over lines. No, I don't do it like that, that's fine. You get a longbow with arrows, you get everyday clothes and a travel pack filled with everything you need to go questing. Again, standard text. Class powers, as you level up, you get these powers. Explorer, you're not slowed down when walking across difficult ground. You also learn a new language. You may want to look at the list of kin and talk to your storyteller about which language to choose. Tracker, choose a creature type that your hero knows about: animal, lost, or person. This means if you hit one of these creatures with a weapon attack, you cause an extra 1d4 normal damage. If you make a knowing test to find out something about these creatures, you can roll with good luck. I feel I should... Do I have full stops at the end of those? I feel I probably should. Again, style guide shit. No, it looks like I don't tend to. Oh no, I do. Oh, let's be good. When I released the physical, when I crowdfunded the physical edition of Little But Fierce as a hardback thing, I am definitely bringing on an external editor. I'm my own worst enemy in editing, and it'll be very good to actually solidify the Style Guide Bible, which I will release, should people want to make their own content. Right, let's jump down to the table and check there's nothing stupid there. Definitely goes first to 10th, Explorer, Tracker, Fighting Style, Spellcasting, Class Talent, Spot. Animal Spotter, that feels... Oh no, that is what I've called it. Okay. Ability, increase or general talent, extra attack, improved training, Explorer, terrific tracker. Loves me a bit of alliteration, not gonna lie. Class talent, ability increase, and swift, improved training, and vanish. Okay, that looks alright, and I'm going to assume I've got the spell slots correct. I don't really like assuming anything, I'm not going to lie. Let me just double check. Let's just double check. D&D Beyond's probably the easiest. Let me check the Ranger spell table just to check I've got the numbers right. 223333 442 442 543 543 5432. Oh, sorry, 6432 6432. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Right. Where was I? Right, so fighting style. You can choose one of these special ways of fighting. Archer, you get +2 on all attack rolls with ranged weapons. Tank, while you're wearing armor, you get an extra +1 to your defense. Warrior, While you're using a close weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you get +1 to your weapon attack rolls. Whirlwind. If you attack with a second weapon, you can take an extra small action this turn. Okay. That is fine. I think. Whirlwind. Now, Whirlwind was the equivalent of whatever the 2-weapon fighting style you get is. That basically means you add your damage to the offhand. I don't have that rule in there, so I had to come up with something slightly different. Is that the best way of phrasing that rule, or what's the general effect? It essentially means you can attack with the second weapon for free. But if I say that you can attack with the second weapon for free, some people might think you can do it more than once. So I think that's the best way of phrasing it. Maybe. We'll see. Spellcasting. You've learned to cast nature spells a bit like how a druid does. Choice of spells. All spells have a grade, with grade 1 spells being the weakest and grade 5 spells being the most powerful. When you get this power, you learn 2 grade 1 scout spells. Choose these from the list of scout spells in the spells chapter. Does the link work? Yes, it does. That's good. Scouts don't have spell books like mages, they have to remember their spells. The spells known column in your class table, ding ding ding, tells you how many spells you can remember. Okay? When you level up, if your spells known has gone up, we should change that to increased, but then I have to change it bloody everywhere. You can learn a new spell of any grade you can cast. For example, when a scout comes 5th level, they can learn a 4th spell, which can be grade 1 or grade 2. You can always choose to begin with a spell you know and learn a new spell to replace it. A new spell can be the same grade as the one. Let's read that again. The new spell can be the same grade as the one you forgot, or it could be a different grade. Okay, that's fine. Using spell slots. Each day a scout can only cast so many spells before they have to sleep and get back their magical energy. The amount of magical energy they have each day is called their spell slots. The class table, I've said above. Do I want to say above when it's over the page? Maybe not. What have I done in the list? So the equivalent on the mage is actually above it. So the druid. Druid is above it as well. So let's change that to be over the page. The class table on the previous page. Has that jumped anything around a bit? Might jump that down a little bit. That's fine. I'm a real stickler for formatting. My own worst enemy there. It tells you how many spell slots you have for each spell level? That's wrong. I should say spell grade. Let me just double check that, because that looks like a mistake I need to correct everywhere, which sucks. The class table on the previous page tells you how many spell slots you have for each spell grade. Yeah, I need to change that. Okay, that's annoying. That's annoying. Let's correct this now, because I am due to release an updated version of the core book at some point. So let's get creations, Little Book Affairs. Where's Little Book Affairs? I'm not displaying this 2 to a page. I assume and shit like that. Keep that just there. Let's fix that while I remember. Again, my own worst enemy. I should just make a note somewhere, but no, I have to fix it. Where did I say it was? Last two, so how many spell slots you have for each the spell grade. Change that on mage as well. Each spell grade. Make a note to myself for when I do the release notes that I have to change that. There we go. So I've got to release a new version of it soon, so I may as well do it with corrections. And I think because I'm a stickler for this stuff, I'm going to include it in something I have not released yet. So in the stuff of Legends, where I introduce priests, let's correct that as well. Where was I? Back to Blunderlings. Cool. Right, where was I up to? I believe it's a Stephen King piece of advice, which like, if you don't do what I just did there, essentially, if you're, I think his advice was specifically about writing, that if you're writing something and you stumble on something, like something you need to look up or you don't know the word for, or you need to go and do something with that, you make a note about it and you keep going, because otherwise you lose your flow. And normally that's what I do, but yeah, I just wanted to correct it now. Oh well, at least I'm editing, not writing. What have we got to? We were here. When you get this power, you get 2 grade 1 spell slots. So each day you can cast 2 grade 1 spells. Cool. Let's remove that there. So just go, as you level up, you get higher level spell slots as well. So at 5th level, you get your first grade 2 spell slot. You can use this for casting a grade 2 spell, or if you've got grade 1 spell slots, you could use it for casting a grade 1 spell instead. And weak spells actually get better when you cast them using higher level spell slots. You use your smarts for casting spells based on your wisdom of understanding nature's gifts. The higher your smarts, the more powerful your spells are, and the harder it is for enemies to ignore them. We keep track of this with 2 numbers: spell attack, your training bonus plus your smarts, and spell force 3 plus your training bonus plus your smarts. Write down both these numbers on your hero sheet. Remember to keep them up to date if your training bonus or smarts increase later on. Right, Animal Spotter. I think this is a new ability. This is not standard ranger stuff. When you're making a skill test to find out about a nearby animal, you can always roll with good luck. For example, this could be a finding test to know which bird you can hear singing, or an understanding test to know which animal left giant prints in some mud. Okay, that's good. Do I like nearby? What about? Yeah, nearby is fine. Class talent, you can choose a scout talent for the talents chapter, standard text. Your choice, increase one of your ability scores by 1, or choose a general talent from the talents chapter in this book or any other Little Book Fears book. Extra attack, when you use a small action to attack, you can make 2 weapon attacks instead of 1. You can't use this to attack with 2 spells, and it can't be used again if you attack with a second weapon. Cool, that's fine. Improved training. Your training bonus increases for +2 to +3. This means a few numbers on your hero sheet also increase. Weapon attacks, you're training in your... Ooh, that's a spell attack. Your spell attack and your spell force. Please tell me I don't have that text in everything. Because that would be really annoying. No. I don't. Let me just check some stuff. No, I do have that in some places in other books. Huh. How have I got that typo in some places and not in others? Oh dear. The biggest things I proofread everything in Little Book Fears repeatedly. So let's correct that. every thief has the same text. Your spell attack. Nice. Got to make an attack yourself. Where was I? Who knows? Who knows where I was? There we go. And I've lost my notes. Where's my notes? There we go. Your spell attack and spell force, you can cast spells, which you can. I didn't want that text really because you can always cast spells as this class. Skills you're training in, resistances you're training in. When you become 9th level, your training bonus increases to +4. Expert Explorer, your explorer power improves. You're not stuck on walking across difficult ground, climbing or swimming. You can also learn another new language. As to remove the can, you also learn another new language. You know, to look at the list of kin and to adjust which language to choose. Quickly track your track power improves. You can choose a second creature type: animal, creation, being, lost, marvel, person, or plant. For both this new creature type and the one you chose at first level, that feels a bit clunky, but I can't think of a better way of saying it. If you hit one of these creatures with a weapon attack, you cause an extra 2d4 normal damage. Let's check the full stop after that one. If you make a knowing test, to find out something about these creatures, you can roll with good luck. If one of these creatures does something that means you have to make a resistance roll, you can roll with good luck. Okay. Swift. When you aren't wearing heavy armor, your movement increases by 1 unit. Also, you can have dash using small actions instead of a big action. Vanish. You can now hide using small actions instead of a big action. Also, if you did not move during the last turn, any enemies that use the search action to try to find you must roll their finding test with bad luck. That is a very long sentence. Also, if you did not move during the last turn, I'll try to take this to the end. So if I remove this and go, also, any enemies that use the search actions to try to you must roll their finding test with bad luck. You can only... if I move this to the end and go, you can only do this if you did not move during your last turn. That may make some people think that this bit only applies. So clunky as this is, it might be the best version of it. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe on another day, might have good thoughts on that. Right. Okay. That's got the new talents you can choose for your heroes. They level up. Some are class talents for Scatterstones and general talents for your little mischief makers. General talents. These talents can be chosen by any hero. Note for story talents. Normally heroes only get general talents and some level ups, or if they have the skills trait. But you can also use them as rewards for your players. For example, because all the general talents in this book are about teamwork, you give players one of these talents as a reward for solving a puzzle to beat an enemy's team. General talents are also a great way for players to make fun heroes for one-off games. For example, once your heroes have finished making their heroes, you can tell them all to pick a talent from this book as their hero's special skill. Annoy. That's a small action turn. You can annoy an enemy you can see. Do I normally see a comma on that one? I don't, apparently. During that enemy's next turn, if they try to attack one of your friends, let's roll their attack roll with bad luck. That's disadvantage for new people to little with this. Block. If a friend who is next to you is hit with an attack, you can choose to get hit instead of them. You should tell your storyteller that you want to do this before they roll for damage. You can't just until you've taken a break or slept. Cheer. As a small action turn, you can support a friend you can see. During that friend's next turn, they can make one attack roll or skill test with good luck. That's essentially the help action, but I don't have the help action by default. Healing Hug. That's cute. As a small action on a turn, you can give a friend who is next to you a warm hug. Roll 1d6 plus your smile score, and they heal that much health. If you like, you can use a big action to give them a massive bear hug instead. If you do, roll 2d6 plus your strength score plus your smile score, and they heal that much. Healing hugs only work if the friend isn't knocked out. Once you've given a friend a healing hug, you can't give that same friend another healing hug until you've slept. That's cute. I like that. Well done, Ethan Last who wrote that. Throw. It's a big action turn. You can try to throw a friend who's next to you. Make a fitness test and look at the table below. Something goes wrong. Throw them 1 unit, you throw them 2 units, so it's like the jump table. Just like if you're jumping, these are only guidelines for throwing someone when everything is okay. If you're trying to do something more complicated, your storyteller may make the difficulty higher. If you're feeling brave or silly, you can even try to throw your friend at an enemy. Roll to throw as normal. If the throw works and they end up next to an enemy, the hero who is thrown should make an unarmed attack against that enemy. This attack is free and doesn't use an action. Tiny tricks. You learn 3 simple help spells: guidance, message, and stand firm. Those aren't links, are they? Nope. You can cast these spells on your turn with the cast a helper spell action, even if you can't normally use magical spells. Are found in the main of this book. It's going well so far. How many pages in this bastard? I thought. These talents can only be taken by specific classes. Scout. These class talents can be taken by scouts. Chip away. When you hit an already hurt enemy with a weapon attack, you can roll an extra 1d8 normal damage. Use this talent once per turn. So, for those who are new to Little Book Fierce, essentially I don't have subclasses. Basically, to avoid them having to make a firm decision at a certain stage, which takes them down a certain path, instead I've turned them into like a special type of feat, so that at those points where you would normally get subclass abilities, they instead can choose a feat that is unique to their class, which gives them those sorts of abilities. It just gives them a bit more flexibility. Also, because Little Book Fierce only goes to level 10, it's nice. You're not going in for the long haul of a road to level 20 where you get really high level subclass abilities. Loyal pet. You tame an animal and keep it as a loyal pet. Your pet can be any animal that is danger level 3 or less, but it must be something you can meet on your quests. So it probably won't be a dinosaur unless you're playing a game with lots of dinosaurs in it. Your pet has the same abilities and powers as a normal animal of that type. You can't control your pet, but it likes you, will normally do anything you ask. When fighting, it takes its turn at the same time as you. If your pet takes the attack action, it can only make 1 attack, even if it would normally make more than 1. For example, a bear can usually make a bite attack and a claws attack, but if you have a pet bear, you have to choose whether it uses its bite or its claws. If your pet is knocked out, it can never be badly hurt and will heal up to full health when you next finish sleeping. This talent can be picked more than once if you take it a second time. When your pet takes the attack action, it can attack twice. If your pet has more than 1 attack to choose from, this can be the same attack twice or 2 different attacks, and your pet's starting health doubles. Let's see how that one goes. I know Animal Companions were just a bit crap in the rules as written, and then went a bit extreme in Revised Ranger. So we'll see how that goes. It's a very satisfying pop sound from my bit. Didn't do it that time. Stand your ground. If an enemy hits you with an attack, any more attacks that enemy makes against you this turn must be rolled with bad luck. Okay. 2 for 1. When you make a weapon attack against an enemy, you can make an extra weapon attack against another enemy who's next to you. You can use this talent once per turn. Okay. Spells, spells, spells. Look at this freaking artwork. I'm going to scroll it down. Look at this guy. Look at this guy casting the Speak with Animals. Honestly, sleepiest designs. Jenny, you did such good work with this. It's so cute. One of these, I was looking at this yesterday, and I recently introduced my daughter to Top Trumps. And it made me think, once I've done a few more expansions and I've got some more original Little Book Fierce artwork, it'd be quite nice to make a Top Trump style deck. That'd be fun. Right. This section tells you which spells can be used by the scout class. Most are found in the main little fierce book. There are a few that are new spells found in this book. So we've got Alarm, Calm Animal, Fog Cloud, Healing Touch, Hunter's Target, Jump, See Magic, Spots, Let's Talk to Animals, Tasty Berries. Those are all in alphabetical order. Grade 2, Animal Messenger, Bark Skin, Cure, Dark Vision, Fight Animal, Plant, Fight Object, Protection from Poison, Silence, Sneak in the Shadows, Spot Traps. Yep, that's alphabetical order. Grade 3, Daylight, Energy Shield, Out of Sight, Summon Animals, Talk to Plants, Walk on Water, Wall of Air, Water Breathing, Wildland. Yep, that's alphabetical order. I've got 2 spells here. Let's check the links. I've got Hunter's Target and Silence. Hunter's Target is a link, and Silence is a link. Cool. This section tells the rules for all the new spells you can choose from. All the new spells in this book can be selected by the scout class, so they have the new Paw Print symbol next to them. Hunter's Target. Grade 1 Helper Spell, Truth. 1 small action, 18 units, 1 hour, no ingredients. You choose a creature range and magically mark it as your target until the spell ends. Your weapon attacks against the target cause extra 1d6 normal damage. Also, if you make a skill test to try to find your target, you can roll with good luck. If your target is knocked out on your next turn, you can use a small action to move your target to another creature. Oh, that reads badly. To move this spell. That shows your magical mark. Because if I say target, it gets a bit confusing. So the target to the actual creature at the start of that sentence. This will become more powerful if cast using high-level spell slots. Grade 2 slot, no change. Length is 1 hour. Slot length is 8 hours. That's fine. Silence. Grade 2 helper spell, Illusion. 1 small action, 24 units, 10 minutes, which is 100 rounds. No ingredients. You choose a point of range and a grey bubble appears covering an area of 4 units in all directions until the spell ends. Anyone inside the bubble is deaf and cannot be hurt by thunder damage. The bubble may also stop some spells from being cast. For example, if they're being read from a spell scroll. That all seems fine to me. Right, storyteller's options. So we're into creatures now. This will be the last section before we get into the quest, which again I don't really want to spoil at this stage. Let's see how we do. Where we go? We've got about 48 minutes. That's okay. Right, the second part of this book gives storytellers some new creatures to include in your quests. That feels like a typo. Right, here we go again. It feels like a typo of text that I've included in different places. So, where's Mara? This is the other one I have released. So let's have a look in Mara. Nope, I've not used that text before. That's nice. Thank you. Chucks it anywhere else. No, I think let's check this one. Don't think I've actually written this bit. Nope. Let's go back to Blunderlings. This chapter adds some extra ready-to-go creatures for you to use in your games. New creature type. One of the creatures included in this supplement is the Sneaky Imp. As described later, they're not a personal, even remarkable, but a new, slightly scary type of creature. The new creature type is fiends, demons, devils from another world. Note for storytellers, the main little book, this book, doesn't have any fiends in it, so it can be quite a scary idea for younger children, or maybe uncomfortable for some religious players. So therefore, in Little Book Fierce, you can always tweak the content here to match your game, so the Sneaky Imp can easily become a marvel and not a fiend. Creature list. This section tells you all the creatures you can use in your game. They have been sorted by danger level from DL 0 to DL 5. That matches what I've got here. Matbog, Raven, Spider Weasel, Giant Weasel, Snake, Giant bat, giant frog, giant snake, sneaky imp, rat, oak, thief. Does that match what I've got here? Hopefully. Are they all imps? Bat, frog, gibbon, spider, weasel, giant weasel, snake, giant bat, giant frog, giant snake, sneaky imp, rat, oak, thief. Looking good so far. Creature descriptions. This section tells you the rules for all the new creatures that are ready for you to use. Bat, the birds, the night bats use. They're natural, so not to see even in total darkness. I need to do a proof on the stats. I'm not going to do that now. It's very boring to see on stream. So they have rainbows of +2, which make their toughness +1, which is fine because their natural strength is -1. They do not see like most creatures do, instead using their other sense to know what is around. Good ears when they're flying testing roll. Good luck. Instead of walking, they can fly at 6 times their usual movement, up to 6 units. I think I want to stick a line break on that one. So it's like that. That's when take action bats at once with their bite. +1 on 1 damage. Okay. Rocks, it's not easy being green. God, I'm whimsical, aren't they? Right. +2, so they make their toughness stats, their hiding 6, their fighting +2, that's fine, see perfectly, it didn't like lots of darks. Walking, if you swim, using their full movement up to 6 units. That should be 4 units. When they take a jump action, they can always jump 1 unit up or 2 units along without having to make a fitness test. And they can breathe air and water. When they take the attack action, frogs attack once with their bite. That looks fine. Giant bat. When you see tree branches bend under the weight of a giant bat, you know you should be very afraid. I don't remember writing that at all. Perfect senses that same text. When they can find test, all good luck. Instead of flying, they can fly 6 times their usual movement up to 12 units. That's fine. When they take the attack action, giant bats attack once with their bite, and their bite is a bit scarier, to be honest. That's fine. Giant frogs might be. They might look silly, not make look. Let's hear, but if you fight a giant frog, you might be the one that croaks. Oh. Oh dear. I'm just going to drink for that one. That's the problem editing your own work after a year. You forget the stupid puns you put into them. But honestly, I'm pretty pleased with that one. Okay, giant frogs. Hiding is +6, which is their speed +2. That's fine. Finding, no, their finding looks wrong. So if their smarts is +1, their finding should be +3. You can see perfectly in dim light, but not in total darkness. Instead of swimming, they can swim using their full movement up to 6 units. When they take the jump action, they can always do 2 units up before it's along that. With a fitness test, they can breathe air or water. That's fine. When they take the attack action, giant frogs attack once with their bite. That's fine. If they hit a target with their bite attack, the target must make a strength resistance roll against damage difficulty 9. If they fail, the target is held in the giant frog's mouth and cannot move. They can roll again on their turn using a big action. If they pass, they escape. While holding the creature in its mouth. Oh, Tyrannosaurus. Someone copied text. The giant frog cannot bite another creature if the frog bites a target that is already held in their mouth. But it does not make them resistant. Roll. It just takes an extra 2d4 acid damage. That's brutal. Also, the fact I said Tyrannosaurs that suggests it's a type. Tyrannosaurus, let's what is it then? No. No. It's correct here. So somehow they knew it was there before, changed it partially, and didn't fix it entirely. Oh well. Oh well. Downloading. I was working on it just then. doing, Mac? Why are you being silly? Let me do that for a second. Okay, something weird's going on there. Let's just save this. Let's try opening that again. That's better. No idea what it's playing out there. Very, very strange. Okie doke. Right. How are we doing? How are we? Right. What the frick am I doing? I've lost focus on what I was doing. Oh dear. Oh dear. Come on. Right. Remember. So. Giant snake. Dangerous in both land and in water, giant snakes hunt small animals, even people, affected in very young. And it's fine. Finding +3, that tracks. They do not see like most creatures. Bites. Walking this swim using their full movement up to 6 units. When they take action, giant snakes attack once with their bite. It's 96 +7. They hit attack with their bite and target must make a strength resistance roll against difficulty 9. If they fail, they take 3d6 poison damage. If they pass, they take half that damage, rounding down. Giant weasel. Well, it might look very cute. Never forget that giant weasel hunts creatures much bigger than rats and mice. And don't even think about putting a giant weasel in your trousers. It's more likely to steal your trousers and use them as a nest for baby weasels. Again, whimsy. I love it. Animal +1. 3? Yes, 3 experience for a danger level 1 creature. Stats. Hiding +8. Finding +4. That tracks. You can see perfectly in dim light, but not in total darkness. When they make a finding test, they can roll with good luck. Their giant weasels once with their bite. That's fine. Ratfoot thief. If only their smaller siblings were as skilled at disarming traps. Person. Hiding +7, stealing +7, finding +5. That's fine. You can see perfectly in dim light, but not in total darkness. When they make a finding test, they can roll with good luck. Once per turn, when they hit a target who cannot see them or is standing next to them with their friends, they can roll an extra d6 normal damage. Yes, I called that squeak attack. Common squeak speech, thick fur. Short sword, short bow. When they make attacks, rough thieves can attack once with their bite and once with their short sword. Attack once with their short bite, short sword, short bow. That's fine. Ravens are a natural talent. Have a natural talent. Clearly, my ability to use the English language just failed at some point. Ravens have a natural talent for copying noises they hear, with some able to repeat back words that they've heard a person say. Others just enjoy sitting above doorways. Literary reference. Stats. Toughness +1. Finding +3. When they find a test, they roll with good luck. They can copy simple sounds they've heard. A creature that hears them must make a finding test against difficulty 8. If they pass, they will realize the sound is fake. When they take action, ravens attack once with their beak. That's fine. Dangerous with land and water, giant snakes. Ooh, I've used the same text twice. I did. Ooh. I've got to write something new here. Snakes can be found in all parts of the world, with some liking wet jungles, dry deserts. Let's see. Full movement up to 6 minutes, that's fine. When they take action, so let's take watch with their bite. If they attack with the bite, the attack must make a strength resistance relative to 8 if they fail to 2d4 poison damage. If they pass it, half the damage rated down. That's fine. Yeah, I'm definitely getting to the end of this section and stopping, I think, because I'm losing my ability to focus. Sneaky imp. Born in another dimension, these imps escape into our world of magical portals. When they get here, most just can't help but cause trouble. Fiend. So train skills, toughness +3, hiding +8, understanding +5, talking +7, that tracks. They can see perfect dim light on total darts. Instead of walking, they can fly twice their usual movement up to 8 units. Let's format that correctly. They can't be hurt by poison damage. Any normal state which is magical is halved, rounding down. If they have to make a resistance roll against a spell, they can roll with good luck. Common and fiendish, that's fine. Attacks when they take the attack action, stinging imps attack twice using their sting. They hit a target with their sting attack. Helps make strength as strong as 9 if they fail to hit 36 poison damage, they pass it half the damage rounded down. On the turn, they can also use these powers, change shape with a small action on a turn. They can cast a change shape spell turning to any danger level 0 animal. Unlike normal, they can still use their sting attack and the extra poison damage can cause when they are in animal form. They push it smart to turn back to their normal form. Invisibility is a smart turn, they can turn invisible if they attack or pass the spell. This power ends early. They can't cast spells. Attempts to keep it there anyway. Spiders like their small kind of transfer spin webs to try the food in, but these webs are large enough to catch people. Toughness +1, generally blah blah blah. They can climb up walls using their full movement up to 4 units. They can also climb across ceilings. When they take attack action, spiders attack walls with their bite. That's fine. They hit attack with the bite attack on the target, must make a strength resistance roll against difficulty 7 if they fail. The target takes an extra 1d4 poison damage. Weasels are small furry predators who move quickly between cover to hunt their prey. Some foolish people try to put weasels in their traps, so this is a bad idea. Toughness +1, hiding +8, finding +3. Roll with good luck with a good nose, and weasels attack also with their bite. That's fine. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so we're 16 pages down. The quest is another 14 pages, but I don't think I could do that on stream just because I want to actually do this quest as a playtesting thing. But I think I will very soon put this up on. I might just put it without the quest. Playtesting, we'll see, because I want people to start having to play around with it. That was good. Okay, right. I think I am going to stop that. Let's just chatting. Let's close this. So, thank you very much. You know, I wasn't intending to stream, but I figured if I'm going through this stuff and people find this at all interesting, looking at how I do this sort of stuff, I figured why the heck not. So, let us do a little raid into someone else's channel. So I think we'll jump into Sleepiest's channel, for those of you that are about and not bots. Thank you very much for your time. I might do another launch stream tomorrow, failing that Friday, because like I said, day job is not as crazy this week, so it's kind of nice to be streaming a bit more. Cool. Right, let's jump into a raid. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye. And raid.